Hello. Okay, we're back. And now I'm going to show how this beautiful machine sews. I'm going to start with a straight stitch. And you're going to see how smooth and quiet this amazing machine is. Now I just have it pretty much at like half gas there. I don't have a full blast. And this is at 2. So it's a pretty normal size stitch. And you can see it's absolute perfection. And I mean, it doesn't get any better than these new home machines. I'm going to go ahead and lengthen the stitch a little. So I'll go to the max, which is 4. I'm going to go to the maximum length, stitch length. I still did not get it all the way as fast as it can go. I don't want to run off the fabric. Okay, so you can see the difference in the stitch size, stitch length. That is as long as it gets. And here's the back side. It's absolute perfection. I'm going to go ahead and change it to zigzag now. All you do is move this lever here. And I'm going to go ahead and do it all the way. I'm just on a rickety tray table. So, and yet this machine is just solid. Let me get it going. Look at that zigzag. I actually did it on top of the straight stitch. And again, it is just perfection. I have the tension set at 4, between 4 and 5. Now, if you're going to do a lot of satin stitch, you've got to change the thread tension, or it won't stitch properly. So anytime you're going to start doing buttonholes or some fancier stitches, which you could do just by playing with this stitch width knob, you're going to have to adjust the tension. So now I'm going to bring it down to about a 2.5 width or length. Now let me bring it down to 1. That'll make it tighter. And I'll bring it to about a 3. And so you can see that's a much tighter zigzag. And I'm going to actually bring it down even more. Lower than 1/2. I'll leave the width. So you can see a satin stitch. I'll bring the needle down, turn the fabric so you can see. It's nice and tight. So that would make a very nice buttonhole. And there's the back side. Now, I had mentioned earlier on my first video that you can play around with this. So let's say we want it no smaller than a 3, where it's at. So I would push this keeper and then turn it clockwise so that it doesn't move. And I'm going to play with it between 5 and 3. And so I'm going to start it at 3, where it is. And then I'm going to turn it boom, 5. And then I'm going to turn it back to 3. And then back to 5. Back to 3. Now I am doing this with one hand because the camera's holding the other. So what this is going to do is it's going to give you an idea that you can play around with that knob and come up with different designs. And you can make them any size you want. So that gives you an idea. This machine sews beautifully. If you ever find that you miss a stitch or whatnot, it's probably tension. It can also be a needle, and it can also be out of time. This machine is not out of time. What I find is that if I don't have it on the right tension, it can start to skip stitches. It's a function of all of that. I'm going to go ahead and run another. This time I'm going to try, instead of being blocks, I'm going to try more of a, actually I'm at 6.5 minutes, so I'm going to do this fast. Oops. I was probably pushing it a little too fast. Oh no, I ran out of thread. It's definitely time to call it a night when you run out of thread on a video. Okay, I'm going to bring the thread or the needle up. That's a first for me. I must say, I've run out of bobbin, but I've never run out of thread. But look at that. Isn't that pretty? So it's more of a rounded. So it all depends on the timing. So what you want to do is practice and play with it. So just because it's strictly a zigzag machine that doesn't have decorative stitch cams, you can still make decorative stitches with playing with the stitch width. Okay? Well, I hope this helps you to decide whether you're going to buy this machine. And if you are, I know you're going to be really happy with it. It's just, oh, it's a sweetheart of a machine. Thank you for watching. Bye.